Hi. So in mission two of the Operation Digital Pioneer, that's what we're going to talk about now is mission two. Mission two happens 3 months after mission one. Now, mission one is all about collecting data. We've discussed that. And we're going to be collecting all of the information that's necessary for us to make logical decisions, logical business decisions for the company and for the digital marketing strategy. Now, that's exactly what Mission 2 is all about, is developing and planning for the digital marketing strategy. And what we're going to do is we're going to be making preliminary digital marketing projections for what we expect is going to happen from the digital marketing strategy that we're developing for your company, for each company. Each student brings their own company to the table, which means that they're actually building a full digital marketing strategy with my help and with the help of the other Search Titans instructors. And we're going to help your company, each student, produce a digital marketing strategy that's logical, that's prioritized correctly for the most important profitable things first, and then the other longer term campaigns later, and so on and so forth. And that's what we're going to be doing in Mission 2. We're going to be constructing that strategy to get all of the basic programs and all of the advanced programs that will be profitable into the strategy right away, right from the get-go, right from the start. Because in Mission 3, which we're not there yet, but in Mission 3, we're going to be talking about implementing that strategy. But before we can start implementation, we have to make the strategy and we have to prioritize the different tasks at hand. Making preliminary marketing projections is the best way for us to prioritize the most important tasks first during implementation phase. And then we could always do the rest of it far later down the road. We'll be doing advanced keyword research, not just for search engine optimization, not just for search engine marketing, but for consumer analysis. And that's the other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be merging consumer requirements assessment with advanced keyword research. So what is the consumer requirements assessment? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like, right? We need to assess the requirements of the consumers of your company. So if your companies buy keyboards, then we need to establish what those requirements are. You need a keyboard? Do you need a cheap keyboard or a really high luxury keyboard? What exactly is it that's going to separate our consumers from false leads? And that's what we need to discuss during the strategy, because if we start focusing on random keywords or keywords that are too generic, we're going to lose money. But it's not just about the keywords, it's about the consumer. The consumer's intent to purchase a product is clearly evident in some keywords, not all keywords. For example, if I type in the word keyboard, what am I talking about? A piano keyboard? What am I talking about? What is keyboard going to do for my business? I sell, for example, Logitech wireless keyboards. I need to establish what the requirements of my consumers is. Well, they obviously need wireless. So now we can automatically, we know that the word keyboard, without the word wireless, well, that's not even worth anything. But together, keyboard, like wireless keyboard, or any combination thereof, is definitely more valuable than just keyboard alone or wireless alone. So that's an example of consumer requirements assessment, but it gets much more complicated than that, and it's really on a case-by-case basis. So we go through this, and then we work through the students, through their personal companies, their keywords, and we establish what the best keywords really are, because ultimately the best keyword that we can discover is going to have this formula. It's going to be, I want to buy product X. Oh, well, that's a really good keyword because I happen to sell product X. Yay! Everybody's going to be happy today. So that's ultimately the best keyword, but it's also the best consumer. So we need to establish what consumers we're targeting. Because once we know that, we can do display advertising and affiliate marketing and strategic partnerships with the consumers that we want in mind. Knowing, as it happens, we also know what keywords they use. But the two things really do become separate usages later on in the strategy and later on in the digital marketing campaigns. We're going to continue conversion rate optimization because we established what it was. in mission 1, it was bad. It's not as good as it can be. Your conversion rate will never be as good as you want it to be. Unless it's 100%, go away. There's no such thing as the perfect conversion rate unless it's 100%. And Amazon has 100% or very, very close to 100% conversion rates because they already have the customers. So, but I don't think they have 100%. I don't think anybody has 100%. I don't think that exists. Anyway, conversion rate optimization will be a topic of conversation through every mission, all the way to mission 7. We're still going to be talking about a CRO every single time. And it's just going to keep getting more and more intense. Like the first time we're going to talk about basic stuff. The second time, now that we've done that, let's focus on this and let's focus on this. And let's keep improving the conversion rate in by whatever means necessary. And there are so many ways of doing it that it will take us 21 months to get it right. Then we have the call to action, writing and messaging. What does that mean? We have to write down some call to actions, like buy my keyboard. My keyboard's the best keyboard in the world, top 10 keyboards, whatever. But we really do have to establish those calls to action, like buy now, order now, purchase now. What else can we say to these people that is going to get them to purchase our products? If you do this now, I'll give you a free extra K. Like the letter K, I'm going to give you an extra K button, just in case you lose the one that you have. What are the odds that they lose just that one key, right? Anyway, point being is, it's fun, it's a call to action, and that's what we need to write. So there's a whole Excel sheet that we need to go through, and that's going to take a while to fill out those things, because we'll get you started with the first 2 or 3 call to actions, and then you got to write the rest. After that, we really have to look into your services and your products, or products. So it's one or the other, or both, doesn't matter. But we have to describe your product, describe your services in many different ways. Many. So let's say we write one 5,000 word article on one product. Great, let's do it again. Only this time, let's do it from a different angle. And then let's do it again from a different angle. Anyone who can purchase your product that has a different use for that product, that can be a different product description. The more we write, the more we talk about the product and the services that you offer, the more compelling the content is going to be. Once we have all that content, we don't even have to use it in one go. That's like just putting all your eggs in one basket. No. We can separate all that content and make multiple product pages. Not even on the same site. We can do it on the same website, your main website, or we can create microsites, we can create subdomains, we can get new domain names just to target one keyword at a time. Is that a thing? Oh, that's a thing. I do it all the time. In fact, let me show you on my screen. These 2 domain names are in Japanese. You don't need to read Japanese to get this, but you might appreciate it. You see this domain name .net, whatever that says? That actually says flower bouquet. flowerbouquet.net in Japanese, and it's only 2 characters. That domain name is worth a fortune to anyone who sells flowers in Japan. I purchased it because it was available and because a friend of mine happens to sell flowers. And so I produced a whole e-commerce website and a really good rankings, as you can see, from the keyword that says bouquet. Actually, it's not flower bouquet, it's just bouquet.net, not flower, just bouquet.net. That's how you say bouquet in Japanese. And that's a great domain name. Another great domain name is watches.net. Again, the same concept. This is my website in Japanese. And these 2 characters means tokai. In Japanese, that means watches. So you can imagine the value of watches.net. So I got those 2 domain names and I built entire websites just for the heck of it to prove to my clients that you're not stuck to one website. You can create an entire domain name, an entire website for free with WordPress on the servers that your company already uses. You need to really get creative with it and get loose. You don't necessarily have to have the perfect website because nobody cares. The only thing that a company cares about is making money. A website is not the company. It is just a representation, one representation of that company. If we can produce 10 websites for one keyword, the best keyword, we can dominate page 1 of Google for SEO, for SEM, for display, for video, for imagery, for images. We can do so many different things. And Yahoo, Bing, all of the other platforms will recognize us as having the best content for one keyword because we have multiple domain names. All of these things come into clarification once we establish your products and services that are most profitable, that are most important, and all of this information gets prioritized by profitability and then put into the digital marketing strategy and given to the students, and then they are taught how to establish those priorities, and then the students decide what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Search Titans only teaches, we don't force them to do anything. But we help with the first few products, with the first few lines, with the first few keywords. We show them how to get it done, and then they can do it for thousands of other products, services, keywords, all that stuff. And then finally, we look at the competitor advantage analysis. It's a document that we put together. Basically what we're doing is we're establishing our strong points and our weak points. And then we're going to compare those points to our competitors. Hopefully they'll have more negative points than we do. Pardon. Maybe we'll discover that your competitors have some extremely good ideas and some extremely bad ideas. We can take advantage of those and we can build on them. And all of that information and all of the lessons that will be learned during the mission 2, the digital marketing strategy, will help students prepare a digital marketing strategy that they can present to their CEOs, to their marketing directors, and to the board of directors themselves. Even though mission 2 represents a basic preliminary digital marketing strategy that will improve over the next several months, this is the document that you're going to want your bosses to see, because the sooner you implement the high priority tasks, once you implement those in mission 3, things are going to start looking really good for the company. Some of the things that we discussed during mission 2 are not going to be completely understood or even valid at this stage in the digital marketing plans. And so even though they're a high priority, they might be pushed back because we need more time to get our heads wrapped around that info. But that's why this course lasts 21 months, because we need all of that time to get our heads wrapped around what digital marketing can do and how easy it is to produce and how much profit it can engender. So once again, mission 2 is all about creating the digital marketing strategy. We've gone through the entire project plan and all of the things that will need to be done by the students after the lectures are over. Right, I'll see you guys in mission 3.